Hello everyone, welcome if you're just tuning in. We're in New York City on 5th Avenue and West 26th Street, here in front of Jeff Bezos' luxury apartment. We have Reverend Billy and the choir stacking up Amazon boxes in front of the building. Let's go listen to them.
We have a good number. One per box. One cup per box. Hey, the car is so convenient.
Amazon. Ain't no safe way to work at Amazon. Ain't no safe way to work at Amazon. Convenient safe way to work at Amazon. Ain't no 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 safe way to work at Amazon. Oh, ain't no safe way.
Excuse me, can you just explain to me and the other? Get
Doing my elf job and get these boxes together.
Okay, we'll talk later. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask them why they were stacking up the boxes. Can you tell me a little bit about why you're stacking up the boxes, the Amazon boxes?
Oh, okay. So Amazon is a big corporation, as a lot of people know. And Amazon is taking over it's just they sell billions and they're doing a lot of COVID cases. All of their workers get a lot of COVID cases because they're in stores constantly. They're taking over small shops. They're closing small shops since they're such a big corporation. Everyone goes to them first for things instead of small stores. And so we're doing this because we're representing how much trash they make.
Okay.
How much trash they make throughout their boxes and stuff.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Hey Sue, how are you? I didn't know that was you. Okay.
Everything and everyone. Amazon trashes everything and everyone. Amazon trashes everything and everyone. Amazon trashes everything and everyone. Amazon trashes.
Okay, and we have the usual traffic here. So here is this is 5th Avenue here. Okay, and this is the building where Jeff Bezos has his penthouse apartment.
Find the other one?
Hey, don't forget, hit the like button. 200 people watching, almost 200. Only 100 people liked this stream. So please hit the like button and please share. What's that? Oh yeah, I'm aware. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know.
Everything and everyone. Amazon's ashes. Everything and everyone. Everything and everyone. Amazon's ashes. Everything and everyone. Make it. But we'll put lights on.
All right, let's see if we could. Excuse me, Chris.
What's up, man?
How you doing? How's it going? I'm John. I don't know if you remember me.
Yeah,
we met in LA. Yeah. Hey, so I have a live audience now. You want to just tell me why you guys out here today?
Absolutely. We out here in solidarity with Amazon workers, as always, since the beginning of the pandemic. Workers having contracted this deadly virus. That's why I was fired for speaking up back in March 30th, trying to protect workers. You want me to hold this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just want to raise this.
Gotcha, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So yeah, once again, been advocating for the last 9 months, ever since the pandemic started, about workers, working conditions inside the Amazon facilities. So today's another example for the holidays and Christmas fairs for those that's going to be working throughout the holidays. We want to let them know that we're still out here in the streets fighting for them, fighting for decent living wage, Medicare, child care, hazard pay, paid medical leave, and the wealth tax on the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos. We want to let them know that we're still here fighting for them in solidarity.
Absolutely. Now, you know, Jeff Bezos, his profits skyrocketed in the couple of months throughout this pandemic, and you know, Congress approved that bill, and the American people only got $600. So, do you believe it's time for an actual general strike?
Absolutely. It's been time. It's been time for that. And as we still wait, and half the country still unemployed, facing eviction, myself included, with no health insurance, it's absolutely time. What are we going to wait for? How worse could it get? It's not going to get any worse. It's not going to get any better either, you know, unless we do something about it. We can't rely on Congress. We can't rely on the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. Neither party represent the working class people. And if we're going to continue to have them in office, we're going to continue to suffer. So what we have to do is a general strike to let them know who really has the power, and that's the working class people.
Do you, besides tonight, do you guys plan on holding a rally or protest at least maybe once a week, or how often do you plan on, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Ever since TCOEW been formed back in July, we've been doing events once or twice a month for sure. That's our dedication to the movement, is try to do something at least one time a month. But we're in solidarity with any movement. So anytime somebody extends the offer, we're absolutely willing to be in the streets with them, on the picket lines, on the front lines at any given moment. But we would like to do something, like I said, every month and on top of the year 2021. We want to make sure that we travel down to Washington, D.C. and let the new administration know that the working class people are going to fight for our rights if we have to for the next 4 years.
And how can people help out or support the cause if they're stuck at home, or if they can't come out? What do they do?
I encourage them to watch you guys, Status Coup. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, at TCOEW, myself, at @shut_down Amazon. No surprise there. Follow us, support us, donate to us, and make sure you're in the streets with us. If we have these events and it's in your local neighborhood, don't just talk about it, show up and stand with us in solidarity.
Cool. Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely, anytime.
I'll take that back. Thank you very much. Do you want to say anything?
Sure, John. I work with Chris also.
Yeah, go ahead, tell me. Just kind of piggyback off what Chris said.
Sure. So, John, like Chris said, when you're ready.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, like Chris said, I worked with Amazon for 2 years. They fired me because I took care of my health first in the middle of a pandemic. and now surviving with unemployment, $251 a week in New York City, and well, Jeff Bezos is getting billions. Well, every single day we're getting reports of people getting COVID, not only in New York, in Arizona and Texas. While a facility across the Hudson in New Jersey had to close because their cases are going up. And Andrew Cuomo could do his pressers 3 times a week, but hasn't done nothing to close down JFK. That has a positivity rate of 5% in Staten Island alone. So imagine, I've been with Chris to LA and Seattle. The media attention was great, but being in front of Jeff Bezos' $80 million penthouse in New York City gets it all. But once again, we need to stay solidarity with essential workers like myself, Chris, Derek, Gerald, even transit workers. Like myself, I know transit workers that in bus depots, they got cases in their bus depots that they reported 8 cases. And they're not doing nothing also.
Let me come this way. We're gonna come. Stay right there. Right there. I just want to get out of the street.
Sure. So, John, to be honest, I don't know what's going on with this administration. They passed a coronavirus bill, $900 billion, 15 minutes shy of midnight. And then now we have Trump saying, oh, we want $2,000. Nancy Pelosi is saying, yes, we want $2,000. And then this afternoon we have Leader McCarthy saying, no, we're not gonna go with the Democrats. So, we are in the, like I say as a Puerto Rican, we are the ham in the middle of a sandwich. I could be a Democrat, but right now I'm so fed up that they cannot get into an agreement.
And what's your name?
Jason.
Jason. Thank you, Jason.
So we can support TCOEW in social media and my Twitter page, JasonBX0619, and let's stay in solidarity.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, man.
Got it.
Let's see what Reverend Billy has to say. Okay. All right. They are dressing up here. All right. Hope I didn't lose the feed here. Hey guys, don't forget, hit the like button. All right, share the stream. Let's see. All right, looks like we're still live.
They were in the middle of it. They were on the side.
Let's see who else we could speak to here before they start. Looks like they're gonna put on a little show, maybe sing. They'll definitely sing. Let's see.
If he can just stall every day that Bezos can put back his reckoning, he's making billions. So he's being smart to take a part of his personal wealth and pay off the environmentalists who might sue him. He knows what he's doing. Another few months, another year, of what he's doing, another 100 billion. I mean, he's making money so fast. So the trash, this trash comes into our municipalities, and you know, there's an argument that, well, it's our purchases, so therefore we should take care of the trash. But for us, it's the physical symbol of the carbon dioxide that's going into the air that's driving the heating of the planet. That's really the issue with Amazon. Of course, with the Churches Stop Shopping, we're defending neighborhoods, so we don't like the impact on the smaller shops. And the thing about a healthy neighborhood is it's at least partly a gift economy. You know, the value isn't commodified. It's friendships, it's trust, it's loyalty. And these giant Wall Street finance chain stores, they just come in and just make it difficult for neighborhoods to, you know, pay the rent in the most basic way.
Maybe it's kind of impersonal as well. You raise a good point. You know, your local shop, you know the owner, the family that runs it.
Yeah.
Now we're just ordering from a computer, getting stuff delivered from something we don't know. What about little kids who are growing up right now? I mean, everyone's wearing masks to protect themselves. Little kids right now, they don't see a smile. They're not walking into a shop and knowing the store owner might hand them a lollipop and be a friend of the family. It's really depersonalizing the world.
Yeah, it's got to be, oh, what a wonderful life. That's how they can research neighborhoods.
So what does the Church of Stop Shopping hope to accomplish?
We want people to consciously resist the impulse to go into that. It's becoming an addiction like meth or something right now. You just touch the screen, and 24 hours later somebody comes to the door with the thing that you touched. And people are addicted to that right now, and we want people to resist that and to know the cost of that convenience. Amen? There you go. Thank you very much. Good luck. How's our box tree coming here? Are we done? Almost. Almost.
My father taught me as he said,
Here, Tasha, I'll put that with this. Pretty on the way. Billy.
Very beautiful box tree. We have a very beautiful box tree over here. Need a Amazon tag.
you take lessons from the road down Sharp?
I don't think so. We're doing it.
I got a video of it. Very beautiful.
Excuse me, Reverend Billy. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
So, given Bezos' profits have skyrocketed, and with Congress approving that garbage $600 for the American people, do you think it's time now for a general strike? What do you say about that? What do you think about that?
I favor a general strike of these kinds of companies. Amazon in particular, it symbolizes the impersonality of computers taking over and killing neighborhoods. A healthy neighborhood is a radical thing now. And we need to support those kinds of relationships. It's the friendly anarchy rather than the 1% efficiency. Yes, amen. Hallelujah. Look at that beautiful tree.
So, Al,
Now we can do the skirt.
you have to do the skirt. Right.
Okay, everybody bring one box.
Oh,
Okay, now everybody. everybody. We have more boxes. Hi, everybody. You can help us complete the Christmas tree.
I have to do the write-up and it was denied.
At the bottom, with all the boxes that we have left, everybody can do one.
It's like a skirt.
Okay, everyone take a box and put it on the bottom.
That's right.
Hey, Victor.
Ladder. If you have a light, you can do it to Mercury right now. I'm just going to put it from the top down.
So I give this to Fran. This point, that blue light is the first one.
Anybody has a light, we can give it to Mercury.
Lights over here.
Something more like he realized that
If you can't hear them, they're singing Amazon trashes everything and everyone. This is here, attacks Bezos.
It wasn't the right one, but I will. I definitely will. Definitely will.
Amazon trashes everything and Amazon trashes everything and everyone. 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 Amazon trashes Amazon trashes everything and everyone. Welcome to a
Amazon trashes everything and everyone.
Resistance. Amazon trashes everything. To these Wall Street finance corporations. Amazon come into our neighborhoods and deliver trucks and ruin our neighborhoods. Attack our mom and pop stores.
Amazon trashes everything and everyone.
And then they leave us all this trash.
Amazon trashes
And of course, this trash is symbolic
Amazon trashes
of the 1 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide that Amazon puts into the atmosphere every single week.
Amazon trashes.
We are here, the Church of Stop Shopping, co-sponsoring this event in Congress of Essential Workers. Amen. Let's give it up for the Congress of Essential Workers. Amazon workers. Amazon workers that have been harassed and in many cases fired for trying to distribute and educate the details about how to stay safe in the distribution centers from the coronavirus. And I'd like to turn the bullhorn over now to Christian Smalls. Christian Smalls has been a worker for years at the Staten Island Distribution Center. And when he led a group of people trying to bring information into the warehouse for the workers there, they fired him. He's here now. Chris, here you go. Thank you, Reverend. First of all, I just want to say thank you all for showing up today in solidarity with the workers of Amazon. And what I would like to do, out of respect for those over 20,000, because I know those numbers are watered down.
Yes, they are.
Amazon, just to give y'all some information, Amazon has over 1 million plus workers worldwide. Over 600,000 workers nationwide. No way only 20,000 tested positive.
No way.
We're talking about 500,000 people.
Yes, we are.
Possibly more than that.
Yes, we are.
That's watered down. And right now I want to have a moment of silence for all of the people that got sick and died during COVID-19. Join me right now, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen.
Like Billy said, I worked at Amazon. I started in 2015. I opened up 3 major buildings for them in the tri-state area. I started off in New Jersey, opened up EWR 9, transferred to Connecticut, DDL 2. My last building was JFK, Staten Island. I started off entry level, making $12.75 back in 2015. Working hard, long hours, 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day,
taking time away from my family, my kids, to work for the richest man in the world, with hope that this company would take care of me in return. I worked hard, I got promoted up to a supervisor position, what they call a process assistant. In layman's terms, it's assistant manager. I was stuck in that position for the next 4 years. Possibly because of the color of my skin. Amazon, like I said, has over 1 million plus workers worldwide. Only 8% of management is black or brown or indigenous.
All right.
So what does that tell you right there? There's systemic racism inside this company.
That's right.
For 4 years, they kept me in the same position as I watched my white counterparts come in with less experience. 6 months. 6 months or less get promoted right over me. I trained my bosses for years. In return, I got nothing. But what I did get was my dignity, integrity, and I was able to walk out on my own terms. So when COVID-19 came into play, I watched as a supervisor every single day my employees come to work, fatigued, eyes bloodshot. Some of them were even vomiting at their workstations. And we would clean it up and put somebody right back on that same station.
Right.
No mask, no cleaning supplies, no safety guidelines. Business as usual.
Shame on them.
Had a meeting March 24th. They told me in this meeting with supervisors and bosses above me, they told me not to tell my employees that somebody tested positive 2 weeks ago.
That ain't right.
What I did, I left. That was my last time working for Amazon. An hour later, me and my brother Dirk Palmer,
That's enough.
we said, enough is enough, we gonna fight back.
Yes, amen.
We went home, we brainstormed. I reached out to every major media news I could think of.
Yes.
I reached out to Governor Cuomo's office. I reached out to Mayor de Blasio's office. I reached out to the CDC department of New York, the health department. New York City was the epicenter.
That's right.
People were dying every 15 minutes. I didn't get any answer in return that entire week. But I didn't sit home. I didn't sit home in my house in New Jersey.
That's right.
What I did, I came back to my Amazon facility every single day off the clock and sat in the cafeteria for 10 hours a day. Went into the general manager's office every morning at 9 o'clock, voicing my concerns with my fellow co-workers, letting them know we need to be protected right now. You need to shut this facility down right now. At the end of the week, after all week of getting a runaround, no answer, no responses, had us sitting in the cafeteria not paid, they decided to quarantine me. Only me. Nobody else. Out of 5,000 people, 5,000 people in JFK, Staten Island, I was probably the third person to ever get quarantined. So what does that tell everybody there?
You're special, brother.
They were trying to silence me and silence us for speaking up about COVID-19. And that's the way they tried to spin it to the media. I violated social distancing policy. What policy? There was none. We had no policy, we had no guidelines, we had no masks, we had no protections. It was totally false. They fired me for speaking up about COVID-19. But I didn't give up. I didn't give up. March 30th, we held that protest. 2 hours later, they fired me. A week later, Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world.
Richest man in the world.
This man that makes that made over $88 billion. This man is, as we speak, $4,000 a second. Almost $4,000 a second. $9 million an hour. $13 billion a day. This man spent $9 million to have a meeting about me in 1 hour. In that meeting, he said, let's make him the face of the whole unionizing effort. He's not smart or articulate. Racist remarks. Let's try to, we'll be in a better PR position to smear Chris Smalls than to answer questions for the umpteenth time about health and safety of our own employees. This man, Jeff Bezos, he signed up on that. But somebody in that room leaked it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, here we are. 9 months later, we still fighting for the same thing. Workers are still getting sick in that building on a daily basis. Workers have died in that same facility. The blood is on their hands. I said that. I said, if somebody, God forbid, somebody died in this building, the blood is going to be on your hands.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? Not one, not two. We're talking double digits. And they keep this away from the media. They keep this away from the public. This is why I traveled the country for the last 9 months. I put my life at risk every single day for this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Every single day.
Grateful to you.
Thank you.
Traveled the country for the last 9 months. Started off here. Went down to Washington and Jeff Bezos' $23 million mansion down there. Went to Beverly Hills to his $165 million mansion. Just came back from Seattle a few weeks ago. Stopped at his $23 million mansion. And we right here at his $80 million mansion. This is the 3rd time I was here. We're not going to stop. No. We're not going to give up.
Not giving up.
We're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to speak up. I'm going to continue to uplift the voices that are unheard. The ones that have underlying health conditions. The ones that can't speak. The ones that are still at work right now. Suffering for 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day, 50, 60 hours a week to deliver Christmas packages to the world. Putting their lives at risk as essential workers. They deemed us as essential workers. Wrong choice. We're not essential. Only our health is essential. Our health is essential. And if we're essential, that means that we are a necessity, right?
Yes.
They need us, right?
Yes.
Jeff Bezos ain't coming to the warehouse doing these packages.
No.
Who really got the power? We got the power. We got the power. The people got the power. Same thing going on in this country right now. Half of us facing addiction right now, unemployed. Myself, no health insurance. How are we supposed to take care of each other? Our community, doing what we're doing now. This is what community look like.
This is what community looks like.
We got to take care of ourselves. We can't rely on the government. We can't rely on the Democrats, the Republicans, and we damn sure can't rely on the 1% class, these billionaires, to take care of us, the working class people. So what are we going to do this year? What is the next step? What is the next step for us?
General strike.
General strike? Yes. How much more are we going to take? We're waiting on the second stimulus as we speak. While the politics, they're playing politics with our lives. Politics. Just to give up breadcrumbs. $600? You know what $600 is? $15 times 40. That's 40 hours. That's 40 hours a week. $15 is $600. They give you a week, 1 week pay. It's a damn shame. Working for the richest man in the world, living in the richest country in the world.
That's right.
And we handle this virus the worst in the world. Yep. So once again, it's up to us to tell our truth. Don't have the media spin it any other way. We have to be in these streets every single day, every single week, until we get better. Not until they do, but until we get better. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for the future. For our children. For our children to grow up in a society that's better than the one we're living in now. We should never have to go through this ever again. And when history is done, 5 years from now, you would have looked back at COVID-19 and say, what did you do during COVID-19? Where was you? Did you support? Was you in the streets? Was you fighting back? Make sure you don't miss this opportunity, this window of opportunity right now. This country needs change. And we need to do that right now. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. And once again, I just want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you. I'm not done. I filed a class action lawsuit against Jeff Bezos and Amazon. And the reason why I filed the class action because I always said it in the beginning. It's never going to be Amazon versus Chris Smalls. It's going to be Amazon versus the people. And together, we all have to be David versus Goliath. And you know what happened?
We win.
We win. We win. So I want to thank you all for being here. You're going to hear some stories from some Amazon workers. From JFK that was with me on day one. So without further ado, I want to welcome my brother, Derek Palmer, who was with me.
Here he is.
Tell me where you just came from, bro.
How's everybody doing today? I know it's cold out here. Thank you guys for being out here. I love you guys for all the solidarity that you guys have been showing us.
We love you.
Me and my brother, we've been all around the country. We've been to LA, we've been to Seattle, we've been here 3 times, we've been everywhere, DC too. We've been fighting this good fight against Jeff Bezos and Amazon. You know why? Because we demand our respect. As workers, essential workers all across the world. We're not doing this just for Amazon. We're doing this for every essential worker. Everyone in this crowd who's an essential worker, we're doing this for you too. What Amazon does a good job of is silencing workers. Every day I go to work, I'm still at Amazon. I still listen to their stories. Everyone's afraid to speak up. They're so scared that they won't even go to the main office and talk to the leadership. Because you know why? Because they say, look what happened to Chris. They say, look what happened to Gerald. Look what happened to those workers who stood up for the cause. All we wanted was safety. That's it. You know what Amazon's policy is? Safety is number 1. Who believes that? How are we safe with no mask and no gloves and no social distancing in a building full of 5,000 associates? How? How is it safe? Tell us. Please let me know. You know why? We went to that main office, me and my brother and a few other associates as well, every single day for 10 hours for an entire week. We got the same response. You know what the response was? We're doing everything we can. You're doing everything you can, right? I bet. You got people sick, running in and out the building every day. You got people not only working in Staten Island, you got people working from the Bronx. You got people working from Brooklyn. You got people working from Jersey like myself. I commute there every day. You got people from all over. There's people from Connecticut who's driving in. Connecticut. There was no testing going on. Nothing. There was no temperature checks. But when they get on the media, What do they say? Amazon's safe. We have the temperature checks. We're making sure everyone is safe. We care about everyone's lives. Bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that. Because guess what happened? When we spoke, March 30th, matter of fact, before that, March 24th to March 30th, what happened? Nothing. Retaliation, that's what happened. And then they try to sweep it under the rug. We put this country on our back. We put Amazon on our back. And what do we get in return? Absolutely nothing. We get fired. We get no help from the government. We get nothing. Why? If we so essential, why are we not getting anything? Somebody please tell me. I would like to know. We want to know too. Like I said before, Amazon wants to sweep all the issues under the rug, and I'm here today to tell you that they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, because we're going to keep fighting. From now, I don't care how long it takes. Me, my brother, all our members from the Congress of essential workers everywhere, every group that's down for the cause, we are going to stand up, period. And I'm just here to thank you guys. Solidarity. I love you guys. Thank you.
Derek and Chris, thank you so much for your moving testimony. What?
World, how you making your money? Richest man in the world. You made it off of Corona. Richest man in the world. How you making your money? Richest man in the world. You make it off of Corona. Richest man in the world. How you making your money? Richest man in the world. You make it off of Corona. Richest man in the world.
The pandemic profiteer. In the penthouses above us. The lights are on. Is that you? Jeffrey! Jeffrey!
Hey, Jeffrey!
Hey, we're gonna write messages to you on your trash Christmas tree here. That's gonna be our Christmas card. Come on down and get our messages.
He must be home because he hired all these damn police today. He must be home.
There's a lot of police people here.
You spending our tax dollars on police.
Protecting the 1%.
There are police staged over here along 5th Avenue.
These boxes. They represent the people who handle the boxes, the people who are in those distribution centers. Managing those computers, putting the boxes on the conveyor belt, taking them to the delivery trucks. But they also represent the trash that is put into the air. The carbon dioxide. This company is... You know the regulators are going to catch up to this company 5 years from now. I'm sick of these unicorn companies. They come out of nowhere. And it's like we're dazzled by these gangsters. It's like James Cagney is shooting me, but I love you. You know.
Don't be dazzled.
15 years ago it was Walmart. Monsanto.
The devil.
They take our money and we love them. There's something going on in the American psyche. Am I right?
That's right.
Is this a pattern?
Yes.
We got to jump on this company now. Because the accelerating sixth extinction, hundreds of species disappearing every week. It's real. It's real. And the young people are going to get this. The thing that's happening right now. What we're turning over to them. We've got to be able to resist now. We can't wait and wait for some kind of gradualist idea. We can't wait for the environmental movement to sue them. He's giving billions and billions of dollars to the big outfits that he's afraid will sue him. Well, you've got a lawsuit coming to you from Christian Smalls and the people who work there. That's already in the courts. It's already in the courts. The essential workers are rising up. And I urge each and every one of you, look up the Congress of Essential Workers and give them money. Give them support. Let's support these workers. We're addicted right now in this country. It's like methamphetamines. We put our finger on an image on a screen, and 24 hours later, Jeff Bezos is at our door giving us our package.
Taking our money.
Something about that is very powerful. It's a drug. It's a drug. It's addictive. And they're doing it everywhere. Everywhere. We're all doing it. We've got to stop. Then we've got to break into that moment, that bubble. That moment where people mainline to put the needle in their veins. How do we do it? I'm asking you. Somebody's going to see the press. Somebody's going to see what we did here with this trash Christmas tree. Somebody saw Chris and Derek speak. This has got to go out there. The Congress is working so hard going from city to city to city. This is a tremendous show of activism. This is the kind of activism that is going to save our neighborhoods from these Wall Street finance chain stores. We're going to be turned into a bunch of robots. We got to rise up. We got to bring back to these companies the complexity of a healthy neighborhood. The complexity, the nuanced quality, the compassion
Excuse me.
of a person
Can I
who's
get
a
through
whole
that? Sorry,
person,
thank you.
who's not just getting his or her signals from these monoculture monsters. You and I have souls. Now we know we have to defend our souls. Souls are utterly unique. Souls, a person's soul is like a healthy neighborhood. You can't quantify it. You can't turn it into a database. That magic has to be brought back again. And that is the urban version of what an ecosystem is in the earth. There's nothing as complex. We've got to bring back habitats. We've got to love the earth. Earth-alleluia. Earth-alleluia. We will have equality when we have earth justice. Earth justice and human justice are the same thing at the end of the day. We've got to have both. We've got to have both, Earth-alleluia. 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 Love-alleluia. Change-alleluia. We've got to celebrate the justice rising up in our bodies right now. You know, we have converted. We've converted the king's imperialist hymn into an earth celebration. Let's sing for these people. The Stop Shopping Choir. Christopher. Gregory. Lead us here. The elves are going to sing for us. You ready? Here we go.
Go for it.
Here we go.
And then I'm going to do some fact checking.
Okay.
Amazon trashes everyone.
Oh, yes.
Somebody speak. Everything and everyone. Amazon
Bring 'em up.
trashes everything and everyone. Amazon 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 trashes.
So I want to...
Ain't no safe way to forget Amazon.
Right there.
Ain't no safe way to forget Amazon. Ain't no
I want y'all to listen to another story from an Amazon worker that literally works at JFK Staten Island. He was with me in the cafeteria. He was with me on day one when we was protesting, advocating, and he's here today. I haven't seen him in 9 months, and I'm happy that he's here. I'm happy that he's here in solidarity to speak about what's still going on at JFK, and this is very important. He's still a worker there, and he's going to speak today about what's still going on in that facility, and we want to put it out there now. Amazon had, what was it, ABC News? They had ABC News in the building just 2 days ago. Trying to put together some propaganda video, make it seem like it's safe in there. Meanwhile, at the same time, a building in New Jersey had to close down because the cases were too high. That's the number one question. How many cases does it take to close down a facility? I tell you what, JFK makes millions of dollars a day. They're not trying to close that facility down. So this is why we need workers from that building to speak up. And I'm happy that I have my brother Tristan here, who works there, who wants to tell his story and his work experience.
How's it going, guys? So I apologize in advance. I'm not as good of a public speaker as these guys right here, but I just want to tell a quick story about me working there. I've worked there for going on 3 years now. I'm currently working. In fact, I actually have work tomorrow, so gotta go back at some point. But I was there with Chris Smalls when everything started going down, and everything that they said about having temperature checks and social distancing, all of that did not become implemented until after they fired Chris. Until after multiple people launched investigations, the health department, the city of New York. Up until that point, there was no social distancing at all. There was nothing. Even now, they have social distancing, but only in the main areas, break rooms. Once you go out onto the floor and actually begin working, there is no social distancing at all, because it is impossible. It is impossible to work less than 6 feet from somebody in a building that sends out millions of packages every day. In fact, there's actually a goal right now for our department, me and Derek. Their goal is to send out 8 million packages this month. Not only does, that's their goal, and managers have actually started to work in that area with us only because their bonuses depend on it just as well. When the only bonus that we get is $300 that will be taxed and we'll probably see less than 100. So that's the thanks that we get for working throughout the holidays and bringing all these people their gifts and their presents and their joy. When people can't spend any time at home because they're working 60 hours a week. I've worked 6 days last week. If I can't even spend Christmas with my family because they go away. I have to stay home because I have work the next day. I haven't been to Thanksgiving or Christmas or any major holidays in 3 years since I started there. One time, most recently actually, I had some questions about their social distancing policy and their contact tracing. When I went down there and I was told that their policy was that the only way you could be contact traced is if you had 15 minutes of continuous contact with somebody with your mask down. And I asked the gentleman, I said, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't take 15 minutes for this virus to spread at all. It takes seconds. Seconds. And even he showed some reservations that he didn't agree with it. If you don't agree with something, you should say something instead of just nodding your head and going along with it because you're afraid to lose your job. I go in there every day afraid to lose my job just because Amazon decides, you know what, let's just get rid of this guy. They can make up any reason they want. They can fire anyone at any time. And that's scary going to work every day knowing that you can lose your job at the drop of a hat. The way you live, the money to support your family, your children if you have them. It's scary that you can lose your job at a moment's notice just because somebody decides that they don't like what you're saying or what you're doing. And most recently, I went there again to ask them some questions about the contact tracing because I did some research and it turns out what they told me back then was false. That it was actually 15 minutes of consecutive, not consecutive time, 15 minutes total of contact with anybody with COVID-19 warrants you to be contact traced and sent home. When I went there, I was not only greeted with the gentleman I spoke to last time, but also another gentleman, a regional director of loss prevention in charge of contact tracing. So, yeah, I did feel a little attacked. That was really quick, just to get some big head in there. And what he had told me was, it seems like they predicted what I was going to say before I even got there. Because the second I walked in, they told me, yes, there is a new policy for contact tracing, but that's only because the CDC just updated their policy. And I find that to be ridiculous because if you find, and even the gentleman that said this to me, the regional director of the loss prevention in charge of the contact tracing, said that when they were told that it was 15 consecutive minutes, he didn't agree with it. So if that's true, then why not say anything? Why not take that extra step instead of doing just the bare minimum to protect your associates? That makes no sense, and that is not right at all. I've known people that have COVID, have been to work, and everybody is too afraid to speak out about it at all. They literally tell associates not to tell other people if you tested positive for COVID, unless you feel the need that you definitely need to tell them. They're literally telling people not to tell them, not to tell your associates that you have COVID. The only way information passes in our facility, and Derek can speak to this, is that us associates tell each other. We communicate. There is no trust in leadership at all. And I told them that to their face. There's no trust. We don't believe you. When it comes to profit over safety, they will always choose profit.
Thank you. Thank you. You lied. You said you wasn't a good public speaker. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You know what? That story motivated me to warm y'all up a little bit. So, I'm ready to chant something real quick. And what I love to do, I like to shut shit down. So if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 Hold up, we don't get it. Shut it down. One more time, we don't get it. Shut it down. Let me hear you, we don't get it. Shut it down. Since Jeff Bezos is home today, let's make sure we hear him one more time, loud and clear. We don't get it. Shut it down. Amen.
Oh, thank you so much for your testimony. You ready for the Earth Hallelujah chorus?
Here we go. Hit it.
The singing elves.
Here we go. Here we go.
directing. Thank you, everybody. A subversion of an old imperial song. Here you go.
Hi everyone, thanks for being here tonight. I'm Savitri. I just want to invite you to write a message or two on these boxes for Jeff Bezos. There's pens in here, they're paint pens and Sharpies. Please bring the pens back and just write a message on the boxes. Don't push too hard, it's a little precarious. I'd like to thank all the elves for building the tree. Really great. And I also want to say that all of these boxes came from a 4-block radius in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, and I found them in one day. One day! So just to tell you how ubiquitous this is, and it was really a shock when I went to a house and there weren't Amazon boxes, so we have to do a lot better. But I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Here's Chris again.
Yeah, that's a shame, you know. That just tells you right there that customer obsession is really real. And I'm asking for anybody that's watching now, somebody that hasn't been in keeping up to what's been going on. If you're a customer right now and you see this box trash of Christmas tree, we want you to cancel your Prime, start shopping at Amazon, stand in solidarity with us. You heard stories directly from workers. You know, this should hit home for you, that we're really out here suffering for the richest man in the world. And it's not a luxury. It's not a luxury for us. This is life or death.
Yes.
So please do better. Stop shopping at Amazon. Stop giving the richest man in the world all your money when you know somebody personally that's probably suffering. That doesn't make sense. We got to do better as society, and we're going to continue to fight. And thank you. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Solidarity forever.
Solidarity.
So write a message to Jeff.
Let's go see some of the messages that they're writing.
Oh, he definitely knows he's an asshole. He's a total asshole, you know that.
Amazon.
I didn't mean to. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. No worries. Just kind of being a pastor. Understandable. Christmas tree of trash. Okay, Victor, good job. You caught it.
I didn't forget. That's what I
All right, so I'll show you some of these messages on the boxes here.
Yo, I hope he wrote that. I hope he wrote
Not quite yet. Let me talk. Yeah, no. No, I will not.
All right, guys. Looks like we're wrapping up here. Let's see. All right, let's get some of these other messages. Sorry.
Yeah, we thought of that too, but wood in there.
especially children.
Okay, so coming to the close of our evening here, and the beautiful Christmas tree must come down. But I want to do it in a way that's safe for everybody. So what I'm going to request is that everybody except the Amazon workers and maybe Rep and a couple of elves, can everyone come down here? Media, you're on your own, but I'm talking about everybody else. I don't really want to get hurt. So kids, especially kids away.
Protect them from flooding.
And I guess you might want to get it from that side because they're going to come from that direction.
Yo, G, Derek.
Okay.
Derek. Derek.
Which one is it? We have to take all these boxes home. It's the one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She said to stand. I'm not sure if she said over here or on that side.
Ready? You tell us what everybody's
Are we?
ready?
Hold on. Oh.
Before we do it, can I get a fuck Jeff Bezos?
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Billionaires ain't gotta go!
Billionaires gotta go!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Billionaires ain't gotta go!
Billionaires ain't gotta go!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
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 Billionaires ain't gotta go!
Billionaires ain't gotta go!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos! Yeah! We recycling this shit, right? So like, okay.
Yeah, we're recycling it. Yeah, cleaner.
Amazon workers exempt for breaking down Amazon.
Oh, I have one too. I'm sorry, that one.
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Yes.
Oh, I thought he looked so bad. Fuck Jeff Bezos! Billionaires ain't gotta go!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
But
unfortunately, they gotta go!
Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
Billionaires ain't gotta go! Fuck Jeff Bezos!
I'll be right back!
I'd love to do this shit as a kid.
This is a little late now, but Jordan wanted me to mention we got a $50 super chat from, forgot the name, sorry, let me go back to the text. This was earlier from SUPPRESSION, $50 super chat. Thank you very much. All right, we have 300 people still watching here. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in. I believe there will be another another protest in the coming weeks. They are gonna send me an email and let me know when they are protesting again here. I hope everyone is enjoying the holiday season as best as they could. You know, we have Christmas coming up in a few days. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy Hanukkah, and really hope everyone is enjoying it as best as they can. All right, so before I sign off here, let me just go across the street and give you a better view of where we are. Again, we're in New York City here on 5th Avenue, between West and East 26th Street. 5th Avenue kind of splits up the Manhattan Island here. On that side is the west side, West 26th Street. On this side here is the east side of East 26th Street, and 5th Avenue splits it up here. Empire State Building. Looks like it's green, white, red, Christmas colors maybe, just in time for Christmas. So this is Jeff Bezos' building. All the way up here is the penthouse. All right, everyone, I'm going to sign off here. I'll be back in a few days. I'm not sure what's happening after Christmas, but I will be out covering things. So stay tuned. All right, have a good night, and happy holidays. Take care.